Okay, in the continuing quest for the Pringles shape, although I have done it in a different video, this is possibly a better way of doing it. It's just an experiment. I've made this jig, and it's a piece of two pieces of 18mm ply. Started out square, and it holds a blank of a length, and I'll explain the length in a minute, through the middle of two pieces of this same wood but different thickness, and I've turned it round, and on this end, the outside piece that comes up to there, so this portion of the curve from there to there is double screwed, and it's in the screws don't interfere with the turning, so I can't possibly hit the screws, and the same on the opposite side. So this blank's running through the centre of there. I've planed these down a bit so they're slightly, maybe 0.05 of a millimetre less tall than this piece that's running through there, so that this other end clamps. Oh, that's glued and screwed on that end. This end is loose, apart from the fact that it's glued, it's screwed in with 2 screws only, and that's clamping this in place. And I've turned it round, no problems at all. I was a bit thinking, can it come out? Can it? It hasn't moved at all. So let me get my diagram and I'll explain what the idea is. I am going to turn this, it's round to that there, and I'm going to turn a bead into this, and that bead is going to be that depth there. So I'll cut a little template out of this so that I've got the profile of that bead, and that bead takes it down to this diameter, which was 60 something millimeters, 60 millimeters, yeah, 60 millimeters diameter, and that bead has got a 60 millimeter diameter as well, but it's only a portion of it, obviously, what fits into that 40, so in there bead. And the point is this: when that's turned at the bottom of that bead, the curve is it's going to be a 60 millimeter circle coming that way, and the bead is a 60 portion of the 60 millimeter circle coming that way. So when I take this out later and I split it in half or some proportion, and I rotate one half of it 90 degrees, it should fit together with the other half, where those two curves should slot together. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll turn the bead now and then we'll find out. Right, I've turned that bead in. I've only done it by eye, I haven't used the template, because this is really finding out if this is going to work. 60 millimeters spot on in that centre. So I'm going to take it out now and chop it in half. So there we are, that's what we got. When it comes out of the jig, the ends look like this, and you do have to turn them round before they will slot together, although one square and one round will go together, look. And you can tell that just there it's matching up, and that way it's matching up. So that's the stacking principle, because that curve round there is the same as that curve round there, and that curve round there is the same as that curve round there, so it will stack. See what I mean? It's pretty Pringle-y shaped. It's not the same as the way I did it before, where it's different. If you look back at my other video of turning a minimal surface based on this Pringle shape, this is definitely more Pringle-y. Now to turn this into the full Pringle, I would have to turn this round in the jig so that that side's inside the jig, and so it's rotated 90 degrees in the jig, and then bead the opposite way, so the bead would come in this way on this side, you see, and it would go, it's the opposite of this, isn't it? Sorry, it's the opposite way anyway, so where it goes that way it goes that way and vice versa, and that should give me the full Pringle shape for a lid. And if you want stacking boxes, you could just cut this at a different length, do it 2 times and get a taller box and a lid, or you could keep both ends, turn a lid and a base, and stack a box on a base, another box on that box, and then a lid. And there's lots of ways of using this stacking principle. So I'm pretty pleased with that actually did what I imagined it was going to do. So thanks for watching.